Okay, so let me just make sure everything is working. Let me do a quick test. Make sure chat shows up. Yeah. Oh, looks like chat isn't showing up for some reason. That's unusual. Is it? Oh, there we go. There we go. How is your head, knee, and ankle? Completely devastated. Awful. I have an ache in every part of my body. It's a bad time, bro. It's a bad time. But today we are going to be going over the did you see what I did? Yeah, you stapled your foot, right? Chat test 1, 2, 3. Hey, what is up, shorty? All right. So, anybody have any predictions while we wait for people to pile in? What do we expect to find in this document? I have conspicuously got the chat box over some of the spoilers. You got KO'd? All right, so what do we think is going to be in the Nijisanji employment contract that we'll be able to call out and make fun of? I suspect, because I've done a brief skimming over it just to make sure it's legit and has something worth talking about, and I think it does, but we won't really know any details until we really dive in. After skimming it, I am very excited to get to the section of where is it? The penalties and suspensions, because suspensions and penalties has been a major source of controversy within Nijisanji. So I want to see exactly what the terms are. Are they going to confirm stealth suspensions, social media takeovers, all that jazz? Wasn't there someone who mentioned having to sacrifice everything for Nijisanji? Yeah, that was Sayu, who said that if they wanted him to be in Nijisanji, he would have had to give up voice acting. And he said that was an absolute non-starter. He said there was no way that was going to happen. I live watch, so I will be silent observing everyone's reactions. Yes, I lost some sleep, brother. So you were that stream was only like 9 hours ago. So the fact that you watched that as it debuted, I'm very impressed. I have really no idea what to expect because I've only skimmed it. I personally want to skip that section. The penalties and suspensions. I can't blame. You want to skip to that section. I suspect I'm going to briefly skim over the first couple of sections because I imagine they aren't going to be anything too crazy. let's begin. So, let's see. Article 1, you know, let's see. Just skimming through this, they're just defining terms, right? What is a VTuber? Distribution of contents. Yeah, this is just definition of terms. Article 2, the purpose. Okay, yep, we get that. Content of activities. We know what the content is. Article 4, consideration. All right. Let's see. Distribution of contents, 50% of the amount paid and actually received by party A with respect. So they are getting 50% of revenue, which I would like to bring up idle rev split. So they are saying that they take 50%. So just as a friendly reminder, 60% of the idle revenue goes directly to the talents. So that's a smaller company with a better rev split. Let's see. Exclusive fee. In the event that party A determines it is necessary to purchase new equipment, yada yada, they'll shell out up to 200,000 yen, which is, let's see, yen to USD. That's $1,300. That's not a lot of cash. They'll give you $1,300 max for a new equipment, which, like, that's pretty much the cost of a new gaming PC. So I imagine that's explicitly what it's for. They're being vague about what you can use it for, but it seems pretty. Actually, that is almost to the penny what I spent on my current gaming PC, actually. That seems like a very intentional amount. Let's see. All right. However, no exclusive fee will be charged if this agreement is terminated due to cancellation, termination. Okay. Performers royalty. The amount determined upon separate discussion. So that looks like, I assume that this is for merchandise and sponsorships. Now, we know Mista said 2%, and I can only assume that's just what they negotiated on. It looks like there's a little bit of wiggle room, though. So perhaps other talents that aren't so outspokenly unhappy with their revenue split probably negotiated a better royalty of merch. I'm just checking in to make sure. I didn't realize my sunglasses were up. So I have to imagine other talents negotiated a better rev split. Let's see. Let me check chat. Perfect timing. You needed a distraction. Well, I'm very good at distracting people. Can't stay too long, though. How did we even acquire this? Caps are locked, aren't they? How do we even acquire this? So the YouTube channel Legal Mindset has been actively reviewing anything and everything Nijisanji related after it was revealed that there was some legal shenanigans at play. He has reviewed Wactor. He's gone over the copyright war between Niji and Kyo. I got it from his second most recent video, The Contract Exposed. And as I'm recording live, he's going over Zion Lanza's quote-unquote final chapter. So I have no idea what that's about, but I'll review that later and possibly make a video over it. I thought you were trying to be cool and just no. No, I have they're all of my emotions are bound to hotkeys. So anytime I push number 2 on the keyboard, the sunglasses go down, and every time I hit 0 on the keyboard, my mouth stops moving. All right. But back to the document. So they give you basically the cost of a gaming PC. If you don't have one already, that seems fair. They make you negotiate your royalties for merch. So I do find it. So it looks like it's up to you to read that bit in your contract and demand a higher rate. Let's see, live performance fee for concerts and such. Again, separate discussion. Performance fees, separate discussion. Merchandising, separate discussion. So looks like a lot is actually up for negotiation. So if previous livers are unhappy with their terms, it looks like they didn't negotiate for them. Which, keep in mind, a lot of the people who sign up for Nijisanji are like 18, 19, 20, 21 years old and probably have no ability to negotiate for shit. So they probably felt like they didn't have a lot of wiggle room and might have taken a worse deal than they otherwise would have qualified for. It takes a lot of experience to understand your worth and your value as a creator. Okay. Article 5, the actual cost. The actual cost of transportation when someone goes to the office shall be borne by Nijisanji. Alright, so you just gotta send him an invoice. Okay. Subcontracting. Party B, the talent shall not subcontract all or part of the VTuber activities to a third party or join a third party. So basically what that means is you can't have any other active VTuber activities or join another agency. I think we already knew there was an exclusivity clause. All right. In the event that you do subcontract, yada, 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 Party B shall impose on such a third party the same obligations in this agreement and shall be held jointly and severably liable. I think that, are they trying to say severely liable? I think this is translated from Japanese. Some of the wording here is a little awkward. But apparently both you and the third party you join with are both considered liable. That's interesting. All right. I'll just check up on chat. Don't I work today? No, I called in sick because I hurt my I tripped and fell. I sprained my ankle. I carpet burned my shin bloody and then put my head through my own wall. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. The universe said today is not the day to go into work. And then I found out about all these shenanigans. I checked on the Legal Mindset channel and saw this had dropped. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'm not going to make any money at work, so I may as well make some money on YouTube, potentially. You're out of work today, too? How's your head? My head feels like it's going to fucking explode. It hurts so badly, you have no idea. There are a few terms sprinkled in here and there that suggest that this was translated from Japanese. Yeah, I'm starting to suspect that too. Just because some of the awkward grammar, like severally liable, doesn't make any sense. All right. I'm also noticing that there is it says timestamped links.
Provision of...
Oh, okay. So this is a... timestamps to him talking about that. I might actually switch over to some of these once we get into some of the juicier information. All right, but basically, exclusivity clause, Article 7, provision of information. Tell Nijisanji everything about your activities. Don't provide false information. Yeah. Basically, just tell them what they're up to. That doesn't surprise me. All right. Now we are getting in an obligation to cooperate. So you just got to participate in meetings and conferences. That's not terribly exciting. All right. Conduct training. Okay, VTuber training program. We are already aware of the Nijisanji VTuber Academy. So I imagine that's part or all of what they're referring to. Lending of materials. You have to get all of your own materials under your own costs and responsibilities. Which we are aware that they do give you 200,000 yen stipend in case you need it. Let's see. And I don't suspect that if they do provide you with any materials, you can't alter them. That's pretty standard. I got the same. When I was working from home, I got the same stipulation. You got to immediately return all of your materials. Yeah, that's pretty anticipated. I had to sign a similar contract when I worked from home. Management of information of the account. In the event that Nijisanji creates the account, then Nijisanji may provide the liver with a user ID and password. Okay. They may amend all of your information, access your account. The talent may not amend information of the account provided by Nijisanji. So they have total control of your account. And they may do so without preceding consent. All right. Nijisanji may use the account for purposes of management of the program. And the liver may only use the account within the scope approved by Nijisanji. Let's see. Nijisanji will not be liable for any damages resulting from insufficient management of information, errors in use, or by a third party. Wait. So if you get hacked, you're fucked? I'm pretty sure that's exactly what that means. If you get hacked, you're completely fucked. Let me turn my BGM on. I just realized I turned it off. That's actually total ass. What do you mean there? What do you mean you're not? I don't know if that's just like legal weasel words saying that you can't sue them, but I feel like you should be able to rely on your company to bail you out. All right. I'm going to check on chat real quick. Or autocorrect hates the person who was writing that. That's also possible. I think you could at least borrow equipment if you need it, but what do I know? I get owning your tuber model if you came up with it while in the company, but like that feels off. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't like this particular line. I might actually see watch the time-stamped bit here and see what Legal Mindset has to say about that, because that feels off to me. Let's see. You have to follow all of your instructions. In the event that information of the account is stolen or misused by a third party, then the talent must immediately report such a fact to Nijisanji. Okay. And the talent may not use the account and may not allow any third party to use the account after the end of the agreement. Okay. I'm going to check this timestamped link because I'm curious what he has to say.
In here. Management of information on the account. So in the event that party A creates the account, so meaning, I'm only slightly less law savvy with Canadian law, but man, can I tell, this is a gold mine of tomfoolery that Niji is pulling here. That, or Japan is just messed up. Once again, we need to look at it from a perspective, and I'm looking at it from an American perspective. And like I know they wanted to translate this and this to apply in America, but like, just saying, it's really, 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 really interesting.
Oh, I just realized you don't have audio.
Kevin says, so do they give any color the materials, even if they paid out of pocket? It seems like, let's go back to that, but with the materials part. But it seems like...
I'm trying to find the part where he's talking about management of information. The problem with these really, really long videos is that trying to find specifically what you're looking for takes a minute. All right, where is... Oh, here we go.
Event that the information is being stolen or misused by a third party, including the event that party B has provided information to a third party and discovered, party B shall immediately report it to party A. Party B may not use it or allow anybody to use it at the end of the agreement. So after the agreement's over, your party man, bro. Party A is not liable for... Look at this. Look at this. I love it. Party A is not liable for damages resulting from insufficient management. But yet in this clause, they say they can use it for management. Well, which way do you want it, bro? Like, which way do you want it? You want to...
I didn't even pick up on that, but he's 100% right. They can use it however they want, and they're not liable for anything that they do. That's such bullshit, dude. See, I knew there was fuckery going on. I just didn't have the, I guess, intelligence to figure it out. Yeah. They get to manage it, and they have no consequences for whatever they do.
They use it for management, but you don't want to be liable for mismanagement. Like what? Like what? These could 5 and 8. 5 and 8 are, bro. Come on. Party B shall immediately follow the instruction of Party A regarding management. So the streamer has to jump when they say what to do. In the event that the information is being stolen or misused by a third party, including the event that Party B has provided information to a third party and discovered, Party B shall immediately report it to Party A. Party B may not use it or allow anybody to use it at the end of the agreement. So after the agreement's over, you're done.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. All right. So ownership of rights. So my mouse wheel is fucked. All right. I don't know why, but every time I wiggle my mouse, the scroll wheel also moves, and sometimes it'll even like change screens on me. I have no idea why it does this, and I don't know how to stop it. All right, so Nijisanji and the talent confirm that all the rights belong to Nijisanji. I feel like we knew that. The talent may not perform any act that may infringe on any legal right of Nijisanji or third party that they have granted license to it. So you have no rights whatsoever. Even in the event that ownership rights, copyrights, or other legal rights arise to the talent in the course of their VTuber activities, everything gets transferred to Nijisanji at the same time as such rights arise. So they're making sure this is absolutely airtight. Even in the event that new legal rights arise, they're immediately yoinked by Nijisanji. There's no wiggle room. That feels so brutal. All right. Even if the rights arise to Party B are reserved to Party B, so the talent, due to an agreement between Nijisanji and the talent for some other reason, Nijisanji may freely use such rights without paying any compensation for the use of such rights. What the fuck? What the fuck? So they own. Hold on. Let me move this back. I forgot that I moved it. They own everything, and if you get anything new, guess what? They own that too, and they can use anything that's yours without paying anything. What the fuck, dude? Wait, hold on. Because what I might have to defer to legal mindset again here, but if so wait, what's Article 27 and 28? Let me skip down to that. That's severability, which means termination. So wait. So even if I'm reading ahead here. Even if you get terminated, this still applies. They own everything. And looks like so. Article 27 is severability, so termination. So when you quit, they own everything. God, it's so fucked, dude. All right, let me check with chat real quick. All right, let me scroll up on chat. Oh, God damn it. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. All right, let me go through chat for a little bit because I've been kind of neglecting them. Ocean says, bro, the livers are at fault for Nijisanji's own security. Yeah. That's fucked, dude. Okay, the fuck about the hacking? I know. If you get hacked, it's literally your own problem. That or Japan is just messed up. Both. It's both. Yeah. Don't some companies give you an allowance to get started, by the way? Yes, they give you earlier in the contract it said they'll give you 200,000 yen, or approximately $1,300, which is almost exactly the cost of a mid-tier gaming PC. Yes, my scroll wheel is busted. Get a new mouse. I know I need to get it. I'll have to check out the VOD. I've got to do something now. Peace. Later. What you gonna do with the big fat mouse? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Sounds like a lose-lose situation. Yeah, the talents really don't make it out all that great in this situation. If this is their contract, how the hell did they get any decent talent to apply to get popular like this? Because the people who they're signing are not, 30, 35, 40, 45-year-old adults who have, been through multiple jobs and understand contract law. A lot of the people who work for Nijisanji have never worked a job before, and the ones that have are working like, retail or customer service. This is the first or second or third job of most of their talents, so they have no idea what to look out for. They don't know how to negotiate for better terms. It's part of the benefit of going for really, really young people is that you get to screw them. The entertainment industry does this all the time, and it's incredibly predatory. Think of how many times you've heard of a musician who, when they were first getting started, signed a bullshit contract that basically owned their soul, and they immediately tried to get out of it, and they changed labels or got a lawyer or had some conflict with their agency. We see this in music all the time. And this is not exclusive to Japan either. Japan, the United States, anywhere where there is a media company, they get young talents and they try to own their soul in case they get popular, and they squeeze them for everything that they're worth. Yeah, it is too common. It's like credit card companies targeting college students. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what this is. That is exactly what this is. So, yeah. All right. Back to the document. Let's see. So basically they own everything unless they agree to in advance. There's this weird language here that says the moral rights of the performer, which I feel like is a mistranslation. There's a lot of awkward grammar here. This definitely feels translated from Japanese. This feels like a Deep L or, Google Translate. Well, it's better than Google Translate. I suspect this is Deep L. The moral rights of the author pertaining to works that were prepared or created during the course of performance of the VTuber activities. All right. Party B, so the talent agrees that any and all profits from the products of the character and any other contents related to the program, regardless of name, shall belong to Nijisanji. So everything belongs to Nijisanji. Everything. That's pretty unambiguous language. Deep L translation or not, any and all profits from anything, the products, the character, content you make, regardless of name, everything is theirs. All right. Nijisanji has the exclusive right to demand and receive from third parties any and all consideration arising from VTuber activities. So if you get a sponsorship, they own the sponsorship, and they get to demand and receive anything from them. So it sounds like you don't really have a ton of negotiating leeway with sponsors. All right, warranty against defects. In the event of VTuber activities for the purpose of preparation of deliverables. So I think that's talking about voice packs, I suspect. Because I've heard voice packs called deliverables before. Just anything that you're meant to deliver to the company that's not a live stream. Party B hereby warrants that the deliverables are free from defect. So if you submit a voice pack or something, it has to be clean, like clean audio. In the event of the preceding paragraph, if there exists any defect in the deliverables that were delivered by Party B that could not have been discovered in an ordinary inspection. During the period of the 3 year after discovery of such defect, Nijisanji may make a demand to party B to repair. Okay. If you fuck up your voice pack, you gotta replace it free of charge. Okay, yeah. But I would like to point out that if you fuck up on your voice pack or whatever, that you have to redo it. But keep in mind, they've repeatedly said that third parties are also bound by this. Any third party who works with you, they say over and over and over again that they are liable. In fact, they even say equally liable several times. So this sounds like to me that if you get a commission and there's something in the commission that Nijisanji doesn't like, I'm willing to bet that Nijisanji is going to demand the commissioned artist or whatever to redo it free of charge. I'm willing to bet. I bet it probably sucks to collaborate or make art for Nijisanji. Given everything we've seen here, and how many times they've mentioned third parties, which I can even check right here. Third parties. So they mentioned third parties 7 times, which gives me the impression that, third parties like artists or commissions or sponsors, pretty much everyone is bound to these terms, right? Imagine just trying to make some art and ending up being bound by Nijisanji's bullshit. There's no escaping it. Prohibited actions. All right, now this is where things get really exciting because we know that VTubers under Nijisanji have been suspended, stealth suspended, terminated, graduated, for all sorts of shit. So let's go through this list here. All right. The VTuber may not engage in any of the following acts: broadcasting, cable broadcasting, public transmission of the following images using video hosting services, social media, or any other means. Damn. Okay. So, live stream, social media posts, mainstream media. Yeah, that's everything. That covers everything. So, yeah, your ass is owned. So, images that infringe or may infringe the IP rights, portrait rights to privacy, blah, 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 blah. So, okay, they're establishing that they own the right to your image, okay. The images that are related to criminal acts or violation of public order and morality. Oh, interesting. So, okay. Well, I mean, if you break the law, obviously they're going to fire you. That makes sense. You're prohibited from doing anything that is considered obscene or harmful to youth. I don't know. Depending on your definition of obscene, I feel like VTubers do a lot of things that are very obscene all the time. You know what I mean? Like, part of being a VTuber is being obnoxious and, NSFW and... What's the definition of obscene here? You know what I mean? And why is harmful to youth a consideration? Most VTubers are targeting an adult audience. So why do we care if we're like, because what does obscene to youth mean? NSFW? Swearing? Obviously not. What does that entail? I might have to refer to the video on this one because I have no idea. Child pornography. Yeah, I agree with that. Images for the purpose of sexual intercourse, heterosexual intercourse, dating, etc. Can I just point out that it's really weird that they point out sexual intercourse, which already includes heterosexual intercourse. What? What? And I just find it funny that they explicitly call out heterosexual but not homosexual. Why? What? I don't understand. You are prohibited from producing images that induce dangerous behavior, drinking, drug use, abuse, etc. What about all the drinking streams? I've seen multiple VTuber drinking streams. This doesn't make sense. The NSFW content the edgy jokes, drinking streams, it kind of seems like livers already violate these. Let's see. You cannot induce harassment or bullying of a third party. Can I just point out that it doesn't say you can't induce harassment or bullying, period, right? It specifies of a third party, which, I don't know. I feel like don't be an asshole should be a blanket term. Maybe I'm misreading that. Maybe that's an awkward translation, but I don't know. That feels like awkward wording. I feel like you should be able to say just don't harass or bully anyone. I don't know. And that includes discriminatory remarks or hate speech. What about Uki Violetta constantly making jokes about white people to the point where it starts to get like a little awkward and uncomfortable? You didn't face any repercussions for that. All right. Prohibited action, images that violate this agreement, individual agreements, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, this keeps going. Jesus, I was going to go through every single one of these, but God, there's so much. Jesus. Okay, permissions. I don't know what that means. Anything that may cause trouble or discomfort to a third party. I feel like we've encountered that. I feel like we've definitely seen people get suspended. Like, remember when a VTuber made a football joke where they said, "I hope or not a football joke, a baseball joke," where they're like, "Why don't they just throw the baseball at people's heads?" And then everyone got big baby rage mad over the joke. That caused trouble or discomfort to a third party. So really, this is the getting canceled clause. If you get canceled, so yeah, this is the don't get canceled clause. That's a prohibited action. All right, infringement of IP. Man, there's so much here. There's so much here. Information that is related to criminal acts or violation of public order and morality. That's so vague. It basically anything that related to public order and morality is such a vague statement that it basically encompasses anything they don't like. All right. I'm just trying to skim through here quickly. Using social networking services, so social media, email, or chat, or any other means to contact fans or the designers of the characters. So you can't even talk to your fans. I mean, okay. To be fair, the potential for parasocial relationships are pretty high, so I understand why that's there. It's just the wording that concerns me. It's just they monitor everything that you say and do is the only reason I dislike it. All right. Soliciting donations through internet services. So what, you can't have a coffee? Can't have a coffee? All right. Making unnecessary noise. You can't be too loud. Have you met VTubers, bro? What do you mean unnecessary noise? I've heard people say that VTubers themselves are unnecessary noise. You can't be too loud while streaming. All right. Doing social media using the account other than the social media account. What? Is this saying you can't use an alt account? Because people absolutely do. Doing social media disseminating with the account other than the social media account. Maybe I'm just dumb, but I think what they're trying to say is that you can't talk about your VTuber experience with Nijisanji on your alt account. Or other acts that Nijisanji deems inappropriate. Guys, this says it all right here. anything Nijisanji doesn't like, literally right there in plain text, other acts that Nijisanji deems inappropriate is a prohibited action. That's so impossibly vague. It covers everything, and it goes to show exactly how strict this contract is. Other acts. I don't even need to read the rest of this section because it's all covered in other acts. You have zero freedom. Ugh. All right. I'm going to scroll up and go back to chat. If this is, let's see. No wonder people are not willing to speak up unless they got terminated. Exactly. What's worse is that they're only obligated to give you 1,300 and only if they deem it's necessary. Exactly. 100%. And I just realized my model is, I'm going to scooch my model over while I'm reading chat. Bob Ross. I feel like Bob Ross is a joke I don't understand. It's like, even my mentor had bad contracts when he started doing music. I believe it. I worked in retail, but my dad's a business attorney, so I know all the aspects of a contract. Even the voice. Yep, even the voice. Ah, yes, I can change my voice to be able to do other stuff. Dude, this is early Hollywood level of contracts. It is! I feel like I avoided a nuke. I had auditioned for Niji for the third wave. I feel like you did. Aren't you glad that you're not Nijisanji now that all of the fuck shit that they've been up to has been exposed to the world? I mean, Jesus, man. I feel like we're still only seeing the tip of the iceberg. How is stuff still coming out? Yeah, let's see. If it's finalizing and they didn't say anything during drawing the drafts, that's on Nijisanji, not the artist. I agree with you, but Nijisanji does whatever it wants. The drafts are there for a reason. Why did they have to point out the heterosexual? That's what I'm saying, dude. I guess because homosexuality is sexualized a lot, no matter the genders. I mean, that's a whole separate debate about the fetishization of homosexuality. They mention hetero only, so the livers can queerbait in peace. Bro, I guarantee you, E-codes, I guarantee you that's why. The queerbait in peace. Oh my god. This should have been looked over by an English-speaking lawyer. My god, I agree. No fans here. Only fans. Only fams? Well, B, you and I are unable to join Nijisanji. We are too loud for these motherfuckers. Oh, my tracking is fucked. Hold on. I'm fighting with my webcam because I'm looking at my tracking and it's fucked. Alright. Are you happy now? VC face? Are you happy now? Okay. Alright. Coffee? Don't you dare say that word in this office. Is that an office joke? So Pippa's rants or Rushia's screams are not acceptable in the Niji family. No wonder Mista left. I know, right? Pomo and Mika are going to V Shoujo. I hope they do. Next month will be crazy. 6 months, guys. That's what they said. They said 6 months is the term limit for when you before you can do any other VTuber activities. So that gives us a pretty specific window as to when we can expect to see new V Shoujo talents. Look up Parrot 4chan. He's hilarious. And also, just a tip: keep pushing, make it sink the yacht. Yes, I am so glad I never got Niji. Absolutely. All right, let's keep going with the document. I'll move my guy back over. All right. All right. All right. So I feel like none of this matters. Like, you can't disseminate information, can't distribute images. Let's see. For a period of 6 months after the end of this agreement, the talent may not distribute images as a VTuber for a third party without prior written consent. So yeah, there it is. There it is right there. For 6 months, you cannot do any VTuber activities after you quit or get fired from Nijisanji. There it is. There's the timeline. All right. If Nijisanji determines that the talent has violated or is likely to violate these provisions, the talent shall, in response to a request from Nijisanji, answer questions from Nijisanji and submit materials. So you ain't even gotta violate these terms in order to get in trouble. You just have to be suspected. Guilty until proven innocent. All right. In the event of what's previously mentioned, the talent immediately ceases all activities in violation of this paragraph. During the term of the agreement, as well as after the termination of this agreement, the talent may not disclose to any third party that VTubing, including the talent, are appearing as the character. So you can never mention that you were a talent with Nijisanji or mention your character. This is the shut the fuck up clause. That is, if you're wondering where your shut the fuck up clause, there it is. You can never mention that you were with Nijisanji, ever. All right. Suspending VTuber activities. In the event that the talent under any of the following... God, scroll wheel. In the event that the talent falls under any of the following terms, Nijisanji may suspend the talent's participation in the program without prior notice, so instant termination. So, in the event that the talent breaches any of the provisions of this contract, in the event that it is discovered that there is a falsehood in the information provided, so if you lie, that makes sense, and the event that the talent has conducted or attempted to conduct activities in accordance with the program in a manner or for a purpose that may cause damage to the user, external service providers, or other third parties. So the viewers, so the user, I believe, would probably be the viewers, I imagine. Service providers, I don't know what that would be. Sponsors, merchandisers, I imagine. So basically, if anything you do, quote unquote, causes damage, which really just means be offensive to anyone, you can be suspended. So that's pretty blanket. That covers just about everything. Let's see. Where was I? So, in the event that the talent is unable to receive service from a external service provider due to the violation of the terms of service, so you can be suspended if you're unable to receive a service from a third party. Am I reading that right? So, even if it's not your fault, if you were just unable to receive a service, suspended. In the event that the talent interferes with the operation of the program regardless of method. So if you interfere with Nijisanji's operations in any way, suspension. In the event of death of Party B, the talent, or in the event that the talent is subject to the commencement of guardianship, conservator, or assistance. Okay, so you can get... So what they're saying is you can get suspended if you die, which I guess makes sense. Subject to the commencement of guardianship. The hell does that mean? Does that mean going to prison? Or like getting What? What does that mean? I might have to shoot to the lawyer on that one, because I have no... I know what a conservatorship is. Conservatorship is where all of your assets and income are managed by someone else because you are deemed unfit to manage your own finances. So, like Britney Spears was in one of these. Her dad was her conservator, and he had basically full control of her life, particularly her finances. In the event the talent does not conduct the distribution of contents for more than 1 month. So if you don't stream for more than a month, you get suspended. Or if you do not respond to any communication from Party A. Notice there's no time limit there. Like, I get if you don't stream for a month, you're going to get suspended. But if you just don't respond to any communication, no time limit given, you just are not at the beck and call of Nijisanji. Suspension. I think for this section, I think I'm definitely going to defer to the lawyer, because this seems really fucky. In the event that the talent is a minor, an adult ward, which is an adult who has like a conservator, a person under curatorship, a person under assistance, or has not obtained the consent of legal representation. Okay. So if they find out you can't, you're not legally responsible for your own actions, you can get suspended or terminated. That makes sense. In the event that Nijisanji determines that the continuation of VTuber activities by the talent is inappropriate, so yeah. This is so vague. It encompasses everything. This is such a catch-all. If Nijisanji just decides that you continuing to work for them is inappropriate, you're gone. You're fired. It's so vague. There's no way to prepare for that. They just have to not like you. Nijisanji may terminate your employment at Nijisanji at any time at its discretion, and the VTuber activities shall naturally be suspended with termination. In this case, Party A will notify the VTuber in advance. So, I mean, these two things kind of say the same thing. They can fire you at any time at its discretion. And Nijisanji will not be held liable for any damages incurred by the talent as a result of any action taken by Nijisanji. So, really, these two lines say so much. Nijisanji can fire you at any time for whatever reason, and they're never liable for anything they do. How is that going to hold up in court? How can you not be held liable for any damages incurred as a result of any action taken? What? And that's such bullshit. Do as we say what we say. You have no control over your actions. We can fire you at any time for any reason, and we're never liable for anything we do. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to defer to the lawyer on this one, because that's too much for me to process.
Suspending the VTuber activities, in the event that Party B falls under one of the activities, Party A, Nijisanji, may suspend their participation, meaning may ban them, right? Without prior notice. This is what they did to Doki, what they did to Zion, right? There were suspensions. So if you do any breach of the agreement, you're suspended, right? If you lie in anything you tell them, it's suspended. If you're conducted or attempted to conduct anything that could do damage, that may do damage to any third party, they can suspend you. If you're unable to receive the service from an external service provider due to violation of external terms of use, so essentially they can suspend you. Oh, sorry. Sorry. We're talking about suspension. I got worked up. That was 39 IQ of me. I'm gonna pull it. Here it is.
Maybe I have a chance. You goddamn crocodile! Go back to the fucking Florida! Go back to the Florida!
Don't get me wrong, I am always overjoyed to see Henya, but what does this have to do with anything? What does this have to do with anything?
Fucking crocodile!
Yeah, right. Explain this to me like I'm retarded.
That won't be that hard.
Sorry, guys. That was real dumb. Not gonna lie. That was pretty dumb on me. That was pretty dumb on my part. All right. Back to suspension of this.
What were the memes for?
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. All right. So, by the way, we've got a crocodile emoji coming. It's going to be done like in 2 days. All right. So, this is about the suspension. So they can suspend them for all these reasons. So they can suspend them here for breaching the agreement, for discovering there's a falsehood, for conducting or attempting to conduct anything that might damage anybody else, any external party or user. So for example, they can ban you because you might make a Twitter user butthurt, okay? Or they can
Imagine. Isn't that so fucking frustrating? Because, like, we already knew this to be true, but to see it so plainly laid out, it's so frustrating because it proves that they have absolute control over you. You have no free will. This is why do you think so many people in the entertainment industry have such terrible mental health, and why so many actors and musicians and any creative so frequently turns to like drug and alcohol abuse? Their whole lives are dictated by the companies because of these hyper strict contracts that they sign. It's because the contracts aren't just, hey, deliver entertainment. It's like, no. If you piss off somebody on Twitter, you're gone. And like, imagine having the sword of Damocles hang over your head every single day, knowing one wrong move, and your dream, your livelihood, because it's not just money, right? It's the money, it's an entire fan base, it's an entire community, it's an entire lifestyle. And remember, you can't do any other VTuber activities for 6 months after you get terminated. So if you get fired, everything crumbles and you have no way to recuperate at all. No wonder so many people in the entertainment industry just go completely fucking ballistic. I would too. I'm never in my life signing one of these contracts. I'd go crazy having the sword of Damocles hanging over my head like this.
Suspend you because you piss somebody off on 4chan. Right? And remember, there's the information, which they didn't have a definition of the information. Not the information, the information again, which in English, the information isn't defined. So what the fuck this is, God only knows what the information is, right? If you're unable to receive a service due to external, so you violate TOS on any platform, you interfere with the VTuber.
Oh, that's what that meant. Oh, okay. Violating terms of service. Okay, that makes sense. I'm really glad I deferred to his judgment. Because, like, obviously I don't want to watch his entire 4-hour stream. I want to, speed run this a little bit. But, like, I'm glad I came back for that particular tidbit.
VTubing. With anything that's VTubing. If you die, that's normal, right? Or if you're in a state of guardianship, conservatorship, or assistance, also hospitalization. Hospitalization could fall under that. If you do not conduct...
Hey, remember when Selene Tatsuki, remember that she revealed that she had been hospitalized and it was implied that it was due to self-harm? So, yeah, you can get suspended or fired for being hospitalized, apparently. That's... Man.
The activities for more than 1 month, and you do not respond to communication. If you're a minor adult ward or otherwise taken care of by a representative, they can do that. They can suspend it. Also, if you're inappropriate, look at this. If you determine that the continuation of your activities is inappropriate, they just have to decide it's inappropriate. This is
That's what I was saying.
Very vague, very broad, right? And they can terminate you at any time in its discretion. This, by the way, this provision, this right here, this provision likely violates labor law. Here's why.
You know what? I don't know anything about labor law, so I'm so excited for this segment because none of this shit would ever fly. I feel like half of this shit I feel wouldn't fly in the US and Canada. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Please tell me how they're breaking the law.
Especially in America. In other places, right? Especially even apparently in Japan, there's a 30-day notice provision. If somebody is an employee, you can't just like in Japan and a lot of places, some states, places like California, they may have some sort of notice period or whatever else, there may be some requirements to pause on that, right? But they're saying they can terminate at any time, which is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, I know many states are at will in America. That's fine. But just pointing that out. Party A shall not be liable by damage for Party B. Okay. So hold on. Penalty. In the event that Party B fails under the following...
All right, we'll get to penalties next, but I'm going to review the chat for a minute because that's just so much information to absorb. I feel like my brain is fried, and I want to just review what everyone is talking about. So, let's see. All right. All right. Mista was 300K in debt. I know. Isn't that nuts? They do so little for their talents. Dude, it feels like being an indie VTuber is better even if you don't get the promotion help, but at least you don't have to deal with this bullshit. Exactly. What do you think? I regret ever even applying to Nijisanji because of course I did. I wanted my dreams to come true. How is Doki active then? Doki is actively violating this contract. Actively. That's probably part of why she's being sued, to be completely honest. She's probably suing, because keep in mind, if this contract violates Canadian labor law, she's probably just banking on the entire contract being null and void regardless. And I suspect that's her strategy here, is just hope the contract is completely unenforceable and fucking ignore it. Because she's definitely ignoring that clause, full stop. Alright. The contract also states you're in their family forever. Yep. Niji just keeps getting shittier and shittier as we go deeper into the contract. I know! It seems like a bad translation. Again, yeah, 100%. I'm guessing you have to have someone take care of you or manage your finances. You'll be suspended. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Sayu, give Legal Mindset the contract. Oh, I'm willing to bet. I'm very confident. Sayu has been the most vocal against Nijisanji out of all of the terminated livers. Full stop. Like, Doki has been very, very careful with her wording since she left. Mista has complained, but not in any great detail. Luka Kaneshiro has been accused of leaking stuff, but as far as I'm aware, nothing is confirmed. Sayu, as far as I'm aware, is the only one openly talking shit about Nijisanji. And she said multiple times since this whole debacle with Doki came to light, she was like, I told you, and none of you believed me. I fucking told you. Oh, yeah, now you're sympathetic towards me. Now you're sympathetic for me. Where was all the sympathy when I was getting shit on? Sayu is so pissed, and she has every right to be. Because she was the whistleblower on this whole thing from ages ago. So if you want to say Sayu is the one who leaked it, I 100% believe it. I'm not saying that's the truth. I'm saying I believe it to be true. All right. The Guardian is a person appointed by the court who has a legal right to make decisions for another person. Anyone can apply to be a Guardian if you are over the age of 18 and a legal resident or a citizen of the U.S. Someone with a criminal record may not be able to serve as a Guardian. Guardianship refers to the legal role. Okay. You're just defining that, the role of Guardian. Okay. Okay, suspension period up. Come on, out of the coffin and on your feet. The viewers are waiting. That's a great line. I love that. third breaks a lot of laws? I imagine it does. This feels like a taste of what being a Japanese idol is like. I feel even worse for those in the idol industry. Oh, I imagine that their contracts are very similar, if not even worse. There's been so many burnouts and mental health crises from idols, and now we understand why. These contracts are horrible. I'm on the autism spectrum, and even I understand this bullshit. Bro, anyone, a learning disability or not, can tell that this contract is horrible. That explains Britney Spears. Yeah, people were wondering why Britney Spears was going absolutely crazy. You know, she probably had pre-existing mental health concerns that warranted having a guardian, but the extreme pressure she was put under by the conservatorship probably drove her more nuts. Hey, Diodusk, what's up? Alright, this is illegal in my state. This is illegal in most states. 100%. I think in Canada you need a 30-day notice, so I don't know, this shit could be wrong. The being able to terminate you at any time for any reason definitely violates a shitload of modern Western laws. Sayo feels validation, I bet. Oh, 100%. Million percent yes. Absolutely. Okay, so let's get on over to penalties. Penalties. There we go. Article 17, penalties. All right. In the event that the talent falls under the following items, Nijisanji may demand from the talent a penalty equivalent to 50% of their income of the month preceding the month in which the date of the relevant event falls. So wait a minute. It's not just suspension. It's not just termination. They're taking all of your money? Bro, okay, here's the thing. If Gargura loses half of her revenue, she'll probably be fine. She is the most subscribed, one of the most subscribed, one of the most watched, one of the most successful talents in Hololive, right? You know, Nijisanji equivalent, like Vox Akuma. Vox Akuma can afford to lose half of his wealth. He's one of, if not the most successful member of the company. Bro, imagine being one of the Nijisanji talents that isn't one of the multi-million subscriber counts, right? Imagine losing half of your revenue when you're, say, from Indonesia, and your income isn't just feeding you. A lot of people are in really dire straits, and their success as a VTuber is quite literally feeding their family because, man, shit's hard out there. And let's say you're not even one of the big names like Vox. You're like an Indonesian talent, and you have, 100,000, 90,000, 80,000 subscribers because you're not one of the more popular waves. I mean, Nijisanji talents by sub count. All right, so let's go ahead and let's scroll. Now, come on. How many pages is this? Let's just skip to page 5. Let's skip to page 10. God, they have so many goddamn talents. All right, so I'm on the popularity ranking for Nijisanji talents. There are Nijisanji talents with 51 subscribers. Holy shit. I imagine they're just not active accounts. All right, so let's go to the previous page here. So yeah, some of these might be terminated talents, I think. Okay, Claude, let's see. There we go. Terminated. A lot of these are inactive. So, okay, let's talk about Kunai. Kunai is a recent talent. They absolutely got no love at all, right, when they debuted, because they're a recent wave. The market is already flooded. They barely promoted that wave. 73,000 subscribers, right? The income she earns from Nijisanji probably has this talent living very frugally. Because keep in mind, you can't supplement your income when you're with Nijisanji. She probably has to, there's a good chance she has to work a second job as like a cashier or a waitress because Niji just doesn't pay enough. 73,000 subscribers is not crazy money. And if she lives in like LA or New York where rent is sky high, you know, Nijisanji income is probably all she has. So imagine she makes an oopsie on Twitter, right? Let's say she offends somebody on Twitter, which is so easy to do, and Nijisanji takes half of her revenue from the previous month. She's gonna be fucked, right? You understand that? Taking away your income as punishment when the window for what is punishable is literally anything Nijisanji doesn't like? You understand that? Imagine, it's one thing to be a big talent and be in the spotlight trying to work under this oppressive system. Imagine being one of the little guys, right? Imagine being Kunai. Imagine being, where is he? Claude Clawmark, another one of the recent gens. 100k subs. You know, not everyone at Nijisanji is these multi-million subscriber channels. You know what I mean? Imagine being one of the little guys. That would suck. And the thing is, as stated multiple times, you can't talk about this. You shut up and do what Nijisanji says if you like your job. So, there is almost certainly some of these smaller talents are probably being brutally treated by Nijisanji and can't say a word about it. And nobody cares because they're small content creators that don't have a massive fan base that's willing to, you know, make damn near an entire YouTube channel covering your drama, right? Like, I bet that Claude Clawmark doesn't have a legal mindset video. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? What was the other name? I'm willing to bet that Kunai Nakasoto probably doesn't have the entire internet up in arms about their treatment, but they could be just as mistreated, if not worse, than Doki or Zion or Sayu was. You know what I'm saying? It's brutal. All right. All right, back to chat. Either Sayu leaked it or now what I found out, I wouldn't be surprised if Nux leaked it. Oh, I would. You know what? Nux has spoken to Legal Mindset, so if he has access to it, I wouldn't be surprised, because Nux has also been a whistleblower in the past. From what I remember, Nux has seen contracts before, and he did collab with Mindset in the past, so there's that. Yeah, no, I didn't even think about Nux, but no, you're absolutely right. Because I think he said that he even applied to Nijisanji before, so he might have gotten a contract. There's a fine too, these fuckers? Yeah, absolutely. The whole situation, let's see, is a fucking mess. The fact that Sayu Alejandro even got interviewed by Niji and said no, man's dodged a fucking nuke. I now feel bad for both Kuro, formerly Mista, and Sayu. Absolutely. I do wonder if it's a boilerplate document originated from the EN side or if it was carried over from somewhere else. I am relatively confident, based on what I'm reading and based on how vague a lot of these terms are, that this is probably a default boilerplate, poorly translated JP document that they send to all of their EN livers, and then they give them a chance to negotiate. Because keep in mind, as we said earlier, the percentage rates from like merchandise isn't even stated in this document. There's 1,000,000% going to be sticking points where the talents are going to be like, no, I don't like the way this is worded. I don't like, these rates. I don't like these terms. If you have a talent who is competent in contracts and understands their value to Nijisanji, there is absolutely some wiggle room. And I'm willing to bet some of the more intelligent and more experienced talents have done that before. So you think of Millie Parfait. Millie Parfait has repeatedly said that she's been treated very well. Right? Now imagine let's say hypothetically, Millie might have a better contract than the one that Selene or Zion had, because hypothetically, she might have had the foresight to negotiate for a better contract. Or think of Vox Akuma. After he skyrocketed to success, I'm willing to bet he probably at least attempted to negotiate for a better contract. There have been leaks and other narratives that have been dispersed on 4chan and such, and Twitter, that have suggested that he has effectively gone on strike with him and the other boys to demand better terms. So when I see Vox on the video where they defend Nijisanji against the accusations that Doki and others have made, I'm willing to bet Vox probably has a better contract, because, you know, clues indicate he negotiated for a better one. So when you call it a boilerplate, that is probably what this is, 100%. So it does force us to take this document with a little bit of a grain of salt, but I can't imagine that's a very big grain of salt because of how bad we know other people were treated. Let's see. A Legal Mindset only said that it was not Nux, so we do not know the leaker, but the rats are winning. You know, I don't know. I don't want to comment on that, because that doesn't convince me that it wasn't Nux, personally. Kunai is so funny and talented. It's a waste. I'm 100%. Bro, I've never seen Kunai. I didn't know they... I saw them debut and completely forgot about them, and no one ever spoke about them. I'm fully confident that they are hilarious people. And it sucks that they're, you know, stuck in the under 100k limbo with nobody talking about them. Alright, Miko was not even monetized for the majority of her career with Nijisanji. They really do not care about anything. Oh, that's fucking brutal. Niji JP Talents have said that they have other jobs, so most likely they do not allow other VTuber streaming jobs. The fact that you can work for a massive multimedia corporation like Any Color and have to work a second job, bonkers to me. I'm 99% sure they want to try and minimize the amount of competent VTubers in their company. Every year they have to renew the contract, so that's when they can renegotiate the terms. Exactly. So anyone who's been here for longer than a year has probably renegotiated their contracts and gotten much better deals than this. This is really a template for the general idea of what they go through, and I think really speaks to what new talents and anyone who wants to join this agency in the future is going to have to deal with. So yeah, without a doubt, people like Vox have definitely much better contracts than this. Without a doubt. Alright. And we go back to the document. Alright, where was I? Okay. I left off with the 50% penalty. There we go. Notwithstanding the provisions in the preceding paragraph, Nijisanji may demand a penalty from the talent up to the higher of the following amounts. Oh, what the fuck does this mean? The amount equivalent to the total amount of consideration received from Nijisanji. Oh my god, the legal speak is killing me. The amount equivalent to the total amount of the consideration received from Nijisanji. It's talking about breach of Article 15, Paragraph 4. Prohibited actions. Okay, that's what that is. Article 15, Paragraph 4. So, infringing on IP, disclosing information related to criminal acts, harmful to use. Oh yeah, this is the paragraph that says anything. Yeah, right here. Anything that Nijisanji deems inappropriate is in Article 4. So yeah, if you do anything that Nijisanji does not like, they may take the total amount of your revenue. That's fucked. I might watch the YouTube segment on that just to make sure I'm not making that up. But it kind of sounds like they can take everything. Damn. The amount equivalent to the total amount of consideration received from Party B from Party A based on the provisions. God, this is such terrible legalese. For the 12 months prior to the month in which the second party was found to be in breach of Article 15. Wow. Okay. I'm definitely going to have to watch the video on this because I'm just seeing so many numbers here. I'm seeing 50%, I'm seeing everything for the month, and now I'm seeing everything for 12 months. The total amount of remuneration. God damn it. I don't know what this word means. Remuneration. Money paid for work or service. God damn it. Why are we using, such big words? The total amount of income for activities related to the said violation. Party A may demand a penalty for the higher amounts. Damages in excess of the penalty amount. Oh my god, I don't. This just sounds like they're taking all your money. Like, am I crazy? This just sounds like Nijisanji is taking all of your goddamn money. All right.
Okay. So hold on. Penalty. In the event that Party B fails under the following items, Party A may demand from Party B a penalty equal to 50% of the consideration. So they're going to take, okay, you make 50%, right? You make 50%. So they're going to take another 50%. So you're only going to get 25% if you breach any of those other provisions. And if you terminate the agreement, due to any reason attributable to you, they're taking 50%. You're only getting 25%. If you terminate the agreement. Even if, once again, for me, it's a reason attributable. Doesn't need to be a bad reason, it's a reason attributable. Okay. And then, beyond that, Party A, any color, can demand a penalty from you up to the higher number, ladies and gentlemen, the higher number. Let me max this out. So above and beyond them taking half of what they owe you, they can demand the amount equal to the total amount of consideration. So they can take it all. They can take it all if you breach Article 15, Paragraph 4. Let's go back to Article 15, Paragraph 4. What's that? So, Article 15 is Article 15, right? Yeah, it's Article 15. Article 15, Paragraph 4. So if you do this, they can take all your money. Okay. So if you distribute any images, including videos, without prior consent. So if you put out a video or images or anything without their consent, they can take all your money. That's what this says right here.
Guys, hold on. Wait. So, remember how Selene Tatsuki put out Last Cup of Coffee without getting permission? She got permission from everyone, but then they decided to revoke permission and took the video down. So what this means is Selene, after putting out Last Cup of Coffee and it got taken down, there's a pretty damn good chance that they took all of her revenue. Okay, now that I understand what that section is referring to, Selene Tatsuki almost certainly didn't get paid for her last month at Nijisanji, because as he just said, they can take everything if you put out a video they don't like, and that's pretty much literally what she did. Holy shit. Okay, I'm so glad I watched this segment.
You can take all your pay. That's your penalty if you breach that. Take it out. Take it all. Because you dropped a video Last cup of coffee. Last cup of coffee.
Even he calls it out.
You guys seeing relevance here? You guys seeing the picture? You guys putting this together? You guys putting two and two together here? And if you guys are liking this, if you guys are liking this analysis here, please like the video.
Okay. Damn. All right, let me check on chat real quick. Let me reorganize it real quick. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. All right. Okay. Let me go through chat one more time. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if he said that is because it was Nux. He could be held liable if sued because of NDA. That makes sense. B can't handle legal speak. Too many big words. I am a tiny-brained VTuber, okay? I am here to report on VTuber news, not report on contracts, okay? This is not my field of expertise. I didn't sign up for this shit when I started this channel, goddammit. I started off as a reaction channel, goddammit. I don't know any of this. Alright. We will keep most of the money out of the two. You see, they are doing so much for you. They have to make sure they're properly compensated. Yeah, because Nijisanji does so much. Oh my god. I can't imagine Nijisanji actually thinking they're going to win this lawsuit. I know, right? Half of this isn't enforceable under, US and Canadian law. Your penalty is, hope you have savings and can survive for a month without pay. He said the C word? What C word? Wait, what? I don't actually know what that means. Oh, God. For anyone wondering why it's taking me longer to respond to comments and why I'm responding to fewer comments, I changed the latency because people were complaining about... people were saying that the stream was stuttering a lot. And even though I have extremely fast internet, so I changed the latency. So if it seems like it's taking me like ages and ages to get to your comments, I am. Oh, coffee. Yeah. Yo, dude, sent you a DM. I don't know if you've seen this. Apparently, we might be getting even more with something recently. Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me turn off window capture real quick so I can check my Twitter safely. You never know when people post NSFW on Twitter. All right. All right. And we're back. On February 6, 2025, I will be able to talk about what's in my contract for the song I made for Nijisanji. Oh, shit! And how they refused to let me release it. It's also when the stupid-ass contract is up. That song will be free game for me to release on my own without the vocals. Holy shit! Yo! Hell, first of all, I don't know if you guys know this, but Ghost Data makes bangers, okay? I wonder if we can... I don't know. Ghost Data. I won't play too much of it, but just so you can get a general idea. Right? You get the idea? That genre of music, that's Ghost Data. Okay, so Ghost Data was commissioned by Nijisanji to make music. I didn't actually know that. Okay. Well, I am so excited, but that's 2025. So, damn. We're gonna, I hate that I have to wait basically an entire year for that to come out. That sucks, dude. That fucking sucks. I want to know now. I appreciate you sharing that, by the way. All right, what else? B is so quick to forget stuff. Oh my god, I always... All right. Yeah, dude, the music bangs. All right. You hate it because you forget about it. I do. Bro, 2025, bro. I'm not going to remember this in 2025. All All right, Article 18, disclaimer of warranty. Nijisanji makes no warranty to the talent that the talent will earn a certain amount of profit. Okay. I mean, I want to be mad about that particular line. I really do. But you go into VTubing understanding that you're an independent contractor and that your income is dependent on your channel and that you're not getting a salary. So I don't like it, but I feel like that's pretty expected for this genre of content creation. No one can guarantee success. That part makes sense. Warranty is such a weird term to use. They should be using guarantee, not warranty. This is obviously a mistranslation. Nijisanji makes no guarantee to the talent regarding their employment, including but not limited to a conforming of a particular purpose, commercial usefulness. What? God damn it. Not only is it translated through DeepL or Google Translate, it's also just full of garbage legal speak. Okay. Okay, so you're not limited to a particular style of content creation. I think commercial usefulness is saying you're not obligated to get sponsors, and not obligated to continue, I think, is the referring to the fact that they can fire you at any time. Even in the event that the talent is unable to conduct the VTuber activities due to the unavailability of external services, Nijisanji won't be liable for it. So even if it's not your fault and there's some external circumstance preventing you from completing your job, Nijisanji does not care. Still your fault. In the event that the talent uses external services to conduct VTuber activities, the talent shall comply with the external TEFMs. Oh yeah, I know all about those external TEFMs. That's a real world. That's a real word. Sure. Yeah, that's what? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Just in case it's not a typo. Yep, no, it's definitely a typo. Okay. Just checking. They're just saying that they're not liable for any third-party issues, is their point. The talent shall investigate at their own responsibility and expense whether or not the conduct of its activities violates applicable laws, regulations, internal rules. Okay, I think they're saying that if you violate the terms of service or the laws of your region, that Nijisanji isn't responsible for that, which I think is fair. Like, if you fuck up and violate TOS or break the law, that's your fault, not Nijisanji's. Any transactions, communications, disputes arising between the talent and your ESP, I think by external service provider, they probably mean internet service provider. I'm willing to bet, actually. I feel like that's an easy switch up for Google Translate to make. Because they say not liable for any interruption, suspension, termination, or unavailability of your internet service, I think. Deletion or loss of the video, message or information, cancellation, registration, loss of data, malfunction or damage of the equipment. Yeah. Basically, if your internet is fucky, that's your problem. Deal with it. They're not going to help you. But this is... this is interesting. Nijisanji will not be held liable for any damages incurred by the talent in relation to the VTuber activities, except where party A, Nijisanji, is intentionally or grossly negligent. Ooh, interesting. This is the first time, by the way. We're Article 18. Article 18 of 31. This is the first time Nijisanji has mentioned where they might be liable. We have read 18 chapters of Nijisanji isn't liable, Nijisanji isn't liable, Nijisanji isn't liable. This is the first time they've laid out where they are liable. And Nijisanji's liability for the damages shall be limited to the total amount paid by Niji to the talent for the past 6 months. So, damn. Seeing where they draw the line at being liable is so funny because it reminds you that they've said nothing but we're not liable for 18 fucking chapters. So if they intentionally or gross negligently cause some sort of damage, that's such a weird clause. All right. Damages compensation. I feel like this isn't going to be Party A. This is probably going to be Party B. In the event that Party B, yep, I was right, causes any damage to Nijisanji due to the breach of this agreement, blah, 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 the talent must compensate Nijisanji for all damages. Not only direct and ordinary damages, but all damages, including lost profits, lost business, business interruption, other indirect damages, special damages, consequential... What? Bro! So if you fuck up and they determine that you're at fault for any damages, which is such a vague term, and remember, they established long ago in this document that damages includes anything they don't like, they can force you to pay back everything. Fucking... This hurts my heart. Because it's like... For the first time in the entire paragraph, they mention that they will hold themselves liable when they are intentionally or grossly negligent. And the very next paragraph says, by the way, anything we find you guilty of, you pay for in full, direct and indirect damage to the company. Wow. Like, imagine a talent being held financially responsible for lost profits and lost business opportunities. I would like to remind you all, I'm sure you already know this, but I would like to remind all of you that Doki, because of this controversy that has blown up, has damaged Nijisanji's reputation, and Nijisanji's stock dropped like 10% or some figure like that. 5-10%. Let me look it up. Niji stock drop. Any color stock has dropped by almost 20% from 3,800 yen to about 3,000 yen per stock. So, unless I'm an idiot, I'm pretty sure lost profits is covered by a 20% drop in stock value. So, according to this contract, and again, I'm gonna check with the lawyer here in case I'm a total fucking idiot, but like it sounds like they could potentially sue Selen Tatsuki, aka Doki Bird, for this stock drop. Bro, imagine being held responsible for, oh my god, what is the value of this stock drop? Because I don't know how many shares they have, right? Yen. How much money did Nijisanji lose? Okay. Let me move this out of the way so you can see it. Looks like Nijisanji lost around 22 billion yen, or $152 million in the past 2 days. So, Party B, the talent, shall compensate Party A, Nijisanji, for all damages, including lost profits. $152 million. I don't see a world where this lawsuit actually goes through, because this would have to be an overseas lawsuit. And I'm also relatively confident that Doki Bird doesn't have $152 million. But the fact that it kind of sounds like the wording sounds like the wording of this contract makes them liable. Oh shit. And I'm gonna have to revert to the lawyer on this one. I don't want to make too much speculation here.
Damages compensation. In the event that B causes any damage to party A, meaning in the case of the streamer causes a breach, party B shall compensate A for all such damages, right? So they're going to compensate them for any breach. So the liver is going to be on the line there. Party B receives a complaint from or has a dispute with another VTuber. So if you are feuding with anybody, you shall immediately provide the details of the complaint. So I can imagine them gaslighting, like, for example, Doki with this, saying, well, if you were being harassed, you should have told us, right? You should have filed a notification of that complaint. Like, why didn't you do that? You should have told us right away, right? And then next, in the case of the preceding paragraph, so if you have a dispute with another one, you shall handle the dispute at your own cost? No. Guys, no.
Wait, hold the fuck on. So, if you have a dispute with any other VTuber, you not only have to tell Nijisanji all of the dirt of this stupid beef, but you also have to handle it yourself and report its progress to your manager. So if you get into a fight on Twitter with another VTuber, you have to spill the tea to your manager? Like, they're not actually going to help you with the dispute. They're not going to help you if you're getting harassed. You just got to spill the tea. Wow. We're not going to help you. We just want to know. We just want to know the gossip. We just want to know the hot goss. Help? Help? What do you mean help? No. Spill the gossip. That's all we want. The fuck, dude? Oh, my God. $1 billion company that cannot even hire a translator for their own contacts. Facts, dude. Again, this should be proofread before giving to possible talents. Exactly. Anthony Pellos, hello. You have no power due to a tornado? Sucks for you! You got robbed at gunpoint? Well, then maybe you should have not gotten robbed. Victim blaming at its finest, dude. Negligence. Oh, you can't do a scheduled thing due to an outage? Should have thought of that before you scheduled stuff. So they can take up to a year of pay, but they will only pay back for 6 months? Yep. Where's the I hate it here gif? Nijisanji is truly a black company. Facts. I thought working at Walmart was bad. You are an idiot, but I don't think you are in this instance. I don't know. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, and every time I go through another, paragraph, I feel like I'm losing brain cells. I genuinely do. God damn it. All right. So, in the event that Nijisanji receives any claim from your ISP or a third party for the infringement of rights, the talent has to compensate Nijisanji for the amount that... So if Nijisanji gets sued or settles out of court, Nijisanji's going to force you to pay a third. So, wait. So if Nijisanji gets sued, you have to pay a third of the lawsuit? Wait, is that actually what it says? Or am I hallucinating? God damn it. I hate having to refer to the lawyer. His stream is like 4 hours long.
Damages will... No. They're Nijisanji VTuber. You made a case of the preceding paragraph. So if you have a dispute with another one, You shall handle the dispute at your own cost? No. Guys, no. 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 So wait a second. They're saying if you are fighting with another Nijisanji VTuber, they're not going to mitigate that? They're not responsible for you fight. So if Vox and Alira are fighting each other, they're like Jedi power battling each other, right? That the company is not going to get involved and that you have to pay for that? Bro. What? Does this say bullying is allowed? Essentially? Like, what? This is ridiculous. To try to say especially this part about other VTubers. Look, I get external service providers and third parties. I get that part. But when you receive a complaint or have a dispute and you have to pay for everything, I mean, Nijisanji, let them fight. Ken Watanabe rule. Oh, they're like, I'm sorry, but this is bad. A receiver on the line. Claim from external service provider on infringement of rights with regards to Party B. Party B shall compensate Party A for the amount they're forced to pay. So essentially, they're on the line. All right, let's get the termination.
Okay, yeah, no. So I did interpret that correctly. No, I was 100% right. No, yeah, he had no notes to add. No, I was fucking right. You're on the hook for a third of their lawsuit. All right. All right, termination, the fun part. Who's ready? Who's ready for the terminations? All right, let me reset this over. All right. You can't handle any more of this BS. I completely understand. We're only at Article 20. There are 31 articles. God damn it. All right. In the termination, in the event that any of the following arises with respect to the talent, then without needing any kind of notice from Niji whatsoever, Niji may terminate the agreement. So, in the event that the talent breaches their contract, and does not cure such a breach for a reasonable period of time. In the event that the talent receives a seizure, provisional seizure, disposition for a tax delinquency. Wait, if you don't pay your taxes, they fire you? Okay. Okay. So if you receive a seizure from the government or you don't pay your taxes, they fire you. In the event that there is an application for bankruptcy, they fire you. Yeah, right there. Bankruptcy. If you go bankrupt, they fire you. In the event there is an act of betrayal. Bro. In the event there is an act of betrayal. Okay. I mean, yeah, okay. No room for interpretation there. That says what it says. Or an act against public order and morals. Brother. Okay. In the event that a check or bill is dishonored. So if you bounce a check, you're gone. Great. In the event that Nijisanji terminates the agreement, Nijisanji may demand that the talent deliver the deliverables that have been completed or are in the process of being completed. So if you've got voice packs, a music video, any kind of project already on the way, and you get fired, you still have to finish your homework. That's quite literally what this says. Even if you get fired, you still have to finish your homework, bro. That's so... Termination does not excuse you from labor. The fuck, dude? The exercise of the right of the termination... So terminating you does not stop Nijisanji from making a demand against the talent for compensation of damages. So even if they fire you, you're still on the hook. All right, Article 21, missing from stream, skipped due to non-importance according to Andrew. So there used to be penalties for missing streams. I love how rather than delete Article 21, they keep it in there because they were too lazy to update the article numbers. But I would just like to point out there used to be penalties for missing streams. All right. Oh, no, wait. Oh, no. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. I think I'm wrong here.
Termination.
I think Andrew is actually the content creator. I think he made this document, actually.
This is proof that, okay? Chats and 2%. Give them
Wait, I'm an idiot. Yeah.
everything that Nijisanji VTuber. Yeah, it means if VTuber street. And look at track right at the house. All
right, come on.
Party. Let's know.
I just want to confirm that there was, in fact, an Article 21.
Terminate the party.
Okay. No, I think I'm just stupid.
Merchandise.
Oh my God, get to it. Yeah, no, he does skip it. Okay. He skips it. Okay. So, all right. Effective term. All right. Missing. Okay, so he skipped this part. Andrew, legal mindset, skipped it. Okay, never mind. The effective term of this agreement shall be 2 years from the date of execution. Oh, interesting. However, unless either party gives notice of the rejection of a renewal 3 months before the expiration of the current term, this agreement is automatically renewed for another 2 years. I thought that contracts were for 1 year, but it says here 2 years. That's interesting. Nijisanji may terminate this agreement by notifying the talent at least 3 months in advance by the method prescribed by party A. Okay. Okay, looks like this is a screenshot. All right, amending the contract, that's not particularly interesting. Of course, you can amend it. Methods of communication. This doesn't look important. Assignment of the agreement. Shall not assign, transfer, or otherwise dispose of the status. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's... Exclusion of antisocial forces. The fuck is this? Each party hereby represents and warrants what currently it is not an organized crime group. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Organized crime group. Group affiliated with organized crime. A group that carries out the activities that are contrary to public welfare or any other antisocial forces. Okay, I think this is just a translation error. I think they're just saying don't do crime. Which is totally fair. Don't do crimes. So, okay, that makes sense. Severability. Yeah, this is pretty generic legalese, saying, just talking about the termination of the contract. The following provisions shall survive and continue to be effective after the termination of this contract. And this is Articles 1, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19. But basically most of the contract. After you get terminated, most of the contract is still in effect. Article 29, individual agreement. So they can decide matters not stipulated here. That's fine. The governing law of this agreement shall be the laws of Japan. Okay. Matters for discussion. We respect any doubt. Yeah. Okay. The rest of this is all gobbledygook. Oh my god. Holy shit. I am brain fried. I am exhausted. I feel like... I honestly feel like I've just... My brain has been put into a jar, shaken really, really hard, and then forced to... then thrown out in front of a camera and being told to speak. You know what I mean? It's like, here, let me fry your brain and put you in front of an audience. All right. Let's get back to this chat. All right. All right. So, I think chat is either frozen or I just haven't said anything interesting for a while. Okay. That is totally fine. Oh, I do have this message from Shorty that says betrayal, and there's a bunch of random symbols that don't mean anything. I feel like you're trying to use a emoji that's not supported. All right, but regardless. All right, so I have... How many people are still watching? 19? All right, so final thoughts. Bad, actually. What's crazy to me, right? Here's the thing. Let me move my microphone so I can lean back a little bit. If you see my avatar look like he's at a 45-degree angle doing the reverse Michael Jackson, I am. I'm leaning back in my chair. I'm too lazy to fix it. Brother. I don't know. I am not a contract lawyer, right? Never will be, because this shit fries my brain, and I have a very tiny IQ. But even myself, who has literally no contract law experience, can tell that basically Nijisanji owns your ass. You do what they say when they say, and if you fuck up even once, they can take all of your money, suspend you, fire you, and even if you get fired, you're still bound by the contract. It's just, let's see. And there it is. I figured the contract would be written with Japan's laws in mind. Seems like that always happens when dealing with Japanese companies, not taking into consideration other countries' laws. Exactly. 100%. That's exactly what's happening. There was like 31 articles that basically reiterated that Nijisanji's not responsible for anything that happens to you. You're responsible for everything. You pay all the penalties. Suspension, loss of revenue, termination. What's crazy to me is that even if you have a dispute with other talents, they're not obligated to sort that out for you. So if you're getting bullied, harassed, they don't care. And if anything, if you're getting bullied and harassed and you don't sort it out, you could be penalized. It's... Bro, you sell your soul for the exposure practically. Exactly. Because that's all you get by joining Nijisanji is when you join Nijisanji, they give you a free model. They give you a gaming PC if you don't already have one. And they give you a big advertising push with the seal of approval from a large corporation. That's it, right? And we know for a fact it's possible to succeed as an indie. Think of everyone in VShoujo succeeded without VShoujo. VShoujo poached talents. Iron Mouse, right? Punkalope, right? Fillion. I can do this all day. I'll gladly do this all day. These are just off the top of my head. Chibidoki, right? Takahata. There's so many independent talents who made banger content as an indie, and through luck of the algorithm, and just sheer charisma and talent, managed to make hella money, get hella subs, right? Just the amount of... There is a blistering amount of success from indies that... There are independent talents like Pumpkin Potion, for example, who I'd never even heard of until one of their tweets went viral. Just sort of lurking in the, obscure portions of the internet that I don't reside in. And then I find their channel and it's like, oh wow, they're actually massively successful. I just personally haven't heard of them because they're not corpo. And here, like Pumpkin Potion has more subscribers than a handful of Nijisanji members do. You can absolutely succeed without Nijisanji. You don't need the backing of a corporation. If you are persistent in your work and you produce good quality content and you just stick with it long enough to get lucky and catch your break, you will find success. There's no reason to sell your soul like this. Because as Nijisanji said many, many, many times throughout this contract, they owe you nothing and they own you. And think of like Dokibird, right? Formerly Salentatsuki, now Dokibird. She has basically regained all of her subscribers, right? On YouTube. Either, and quite possibly, is going to be gaining more than her original view count. Sitting back up. No, my model is fucked. Come on. Yeah. And think about let's say who else? So Kyo Kaneko, right? Kyo Kaneko, before he became a Nijisanji Liver, was already Quinn Bennett with like 200k subscribers. With Nijisanji, what did he get? Kyo. So 430. So he doubled his sub count, right? And Niji took half. Like, is there any wonder why Kyo fucking left? He already made it. He was already successful. He doubled his view count, sold his soul, and halved his income, and probably got plenty of penalties along the way. Like, what is even the point for someone like Kyo to even participate? Considering the penalties that Nijisanji enforces, the financial penalties, he's probably making more money as an indie than he ever did for Nijisanji. Like, what was the benefit? He did so much more work. For what? And, like, sure, there are people like, let's see, Randon. So he had 50k subscribers. And then as, what was it? Vesper. And then as Vesper Namor, he had 200k. So he had 4 times the subscribers, half the revenue right out the gate. So he, at best, doubled his income. Right? At best, doubled his income. I mean, sure, there are like, there's a good chance he was getting more donations, probably getting sponsorships, so maybe a bit more. But let me tell you, let's say he tripled his income, right? Let's say the increased frequency of super chats and the sponsorships and the merch deals, let's say he tripled his income, right? Despite the financial penalties. I mean, would that really be worth it, in your opinion, if you were in his position? Because, I mean, obviously he didn't think it was worth it because he left. You know what I'm saying? So, even for some of their, talents with 200k plus subscribers that you would consider relatively successful, I mean, most people in the VTuber sphere, right, have heard of Vesper. And this isn't even a Nijisanji talent. This is just a HoloLive talent. But we can assume that HoloLive has probably taken half of his revenue, just like Nijisanji does. And they probably have relatively similar contracts, I would imagine. Even at a company like HoloLive, right? Where people, broadly speaking, believe HoloLive treats their talents better. Brandon still left. And returned to being an indie. It's just not worth it. Because they only scoop up people who are already moderately successful. Maybe they double your subs. Maybe they quadruple your subs. Whatever. But they're not just plucking you out of blue nowhere. You know what I mean? The agencies like HoloLive and Nijisanji aren't plucking out these people who are streaming on Twitch to 5 viewers. Right? That's not who they go after. They're not chasing people who are unsuccessful. They're chasing people that are already moderately successful, doubling their profits and taking half. It's just not worth it. So I just, at this point, I don't really see why anyone would join an agency. Like, maybe for Hololive, right? If you're an extremely talented female, because consistently female entertainers do better at Hololive. The Holo stars are just generally less successful. But no, well, Nijisanji has some successful content creators, like Vox. Like for someone like Vox with like, sure, if you become Vox Akama, right, and you get 1.36 million subscribers, yeah, okay. If you become the next Vox Akama at Nijisanji, then sure, then yeah, definitely worth it, right? For millions of subscribers, yeah, it's probably worth it to this man, right? But unless you become one of their top talents, what the fuck is the point? You know what I mean? I just don't see the benefit. So I guess I dropped the question off to you. If you wanted to be a VTuber, like I am, like so many other people are, right? What would be your number, right? What would be worth it to you for you to basically sell ownership of your free time, your agency, everything? Keeping in mind, there's no guarantee for success, but let's say you could guarantee your success. What would be your number? For me, nothing. I'd rather, I'd have to know that I was going to get 1 million subs to even consider it, right? Because otherwise, I would just keep doing what I'm doing. Unless I could guarantee I'm going to be the next Vox Akama, I wouldn't do it. Let's see. All right, let me check on chat. Your ass is grass. My grass. To be fair, if I remember correctly, I believe Vesper and Magni left due to family matter, not necessarily contract issues, unless I've missed something. I suppose that's fair. 500,000 probably, to keep it realistic. Yeah, for 500,000 subscribers, I could see people still joining Nijisanji. Because at the end of the day, right? The thing is that although I am out here bashing Nijisanji and saying that it's not worth it because I genuinely believe it's not, I have to imagine for a lot of people it is. Because there's a lot of people out there in situations not like mine. I can get by, right? I will survive. I've lived in worse conditions than the conditions I currently live in. I'll be fine. But I have to imagine that despite everything, despite all of this controversy being exposed, that people are still going to sign up. People are still going to apply. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of talented people who just need a shot, and my fucking camera is not cooperating. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of people who are just that desperate, especially like you consider like the Indonesian talents, or they had an India branch for a while. They had, or just people in, English speaking or Japanese speaking countries that are just in a terrible financial spot where content creation is kind of the only thing they can realistically do. There's enough desperate people. There will always be more desperate people. And that's kind of why I feel like even though I want to join the side of sink the yacht, sink Nijisanji, bring him down, I just feel like it's not something that you can realistically expect because they're too big to fail. Because eventually, everyone's going to forget and this will blow over. We don't like to admit it, but eventually things will return to the status quo. They always do. Every controversy gets replaced by another controversy. This controversy has definitely lasted a lot longer than anybody expected. It's more complex than anybody expected. No one will ever truly forget or forgive. But people move on. I mean, consider V Shoujo. I never thought V Shoujo would recover after that whole scandal where they Nux exposed a gaping hole in their security and declared this like email scam where people were impersonating V Shoujo talents, and then the gun run and or people working for him tried to blame Nux for putting their talents in danger. You remember that? They threw him under the bus to save their own image. I thought V Shoujo would never recover from that. It was a fucked up thing to do. Nux still brings it up on stream and in videos about how much that hurt him and betrayed his trust. That's an unforgivable thing that V Shoujo did. But look at their image now. They're now the go-to that people wish Nijisanji and Hololive talents to go to, because they're just better than Nijisanji. If V Shoujo can restore their reputation, so can Nijisanji. At some point, people will forget and move on. And that's why if I sound, depressed or defeated, that's why. It's because nothing ever sticks. The stocks will climb back up, new people will apply, a new controversy will replace this one, and we just go back to the status quo. I wish that wasn't what it was, and I want to see Niji... I don't even want Nijisanji to sink, honestly. If what would be so much better for everyone involved, for the talents that did nothing wrong, for the management, for the fans who don't want to lose their talents. Because keep in mind, once the talents graduate, they lose everything. And the fans want to keep following their same favorite VTubers, and the rate at which people follow over to the new accounts is way lower than you would expect. The best thing for everyone involved is for Niji to just do better. Like, get better managers, treat talents better, be less restrictive and less punishing in your contracts. Treat humans like humans. If they improve as a company and they can recover, that's the best thing for everyone involved. The thing is, the difference between the VShojo situation is that they buried the hatchet. Unless Nux has walked back that controversy, unless Nux has walked that back, this controversy has had legs since December, and fans definitely won't forgive. But here's the thing. Sure, they moved on, but I still feel like, and a lot of people still feel like, it was an unforgivable thing to do. And I feel like Nux said he forgives and forgets, in my opinion. This is opinion and speculation. I don't know the man. I suspect he said he's going to forgive and forget to move on, not because he's actually forgiven. And he definitely hasn't forgotten. He's constantly not constantly, but he'll periodically make allusions to betrayal or, unfaithful friends or, things of that nature. He's clearly still bitter about it. So he might have said, forgive and forget. I don't think he actually has. He just doesn't want the drama anymore. And who does, right? If you think about it, Nux has been, quote-unquote, canceled dozens of times. Probably nearing 100 times at this point. He gets canceled every week. People hate the man, right? This is the only controversy he repeatedly references in a bitter tone of voice. Every other controversy he's faced, he's laughing like a maniac, right? He's always... let's see. Let me pull up an image. Where is it? There we go. Every single time Nux, gets himself engrossed in a controversy, this is always his response, right? He memes, he gives everybody the middle finger, he says he doesn't care, he's laughing maniacally, right? And that's why people like him, because he's unshakable, he's uncancelable, he's a legend. This situation is the first time that actually rocked him. So, you know what I mean? That's why the situation is so important to me. You know what I mean? It's the first time he couldn't just laugh it off. And it's clear that it wasn't the backlash from the fans that hurt him, right? He clearly didn't give a shit about what the internet thought. He was upset at how the VShojo girls treated him. Right? Yeah. Alright. Well, let's see. Well, that is all I had to say about the situation. I think at this point I'm kind of just rambling. Let's see. All right, I will wait a minute for chat to keep up because I have increased the latency on this stream in order to hopefully improve stream quality. But aside from that, I think I will call it a day. I do appreciate everybody for coming out. I appreciate the engagement from chat. Despite how burnt out I am by this contract mentally, I still had fun with the stream. It is kind of fun to, even when I'm like angry at a situation, it's kind of fun to be all angry at the same thing unequivocally. You know what I mean? It's nice to have like a community that all, communally agrees that, hey, this is a bad thing. Let's make fun of the bad thing. There is a level of knowing that we're all on the same page, and that does feel good. It's one of the things I like as a content creator, is just like, those moments where you're all on the same page, even when the situation is a bit of a struggle. It kind of feels like you have allies in the world, you know what I mean? I think the VTuber community is, despite all the controversy and the infighting in the VTuber community, if you like delete like the bottom 10% of VTuber fans, like if you ignore the unicorns, you ignore these terminally online weirdos, you ignore the vocal minority of fuckheads, the community at large is actually surprisingly consistent and surprisingly largely in agreement anytime a bad thing happens. And it's kind of cool to like have a pretty clear worldview of like what is right and wrong, what is and isn't accepted. Compare that to pretty much any other topic and people are way more divided. It's way more closer like 50-50 or 60-40. But yeah. I appreciate y'all for coming out. Bye, guys.